friends! My name is Desiree, aka Mama Friendly, and I do all sorts of videos on my channel, from cooking videos to planner videos, vlogs, hauls, homeschool videos with a Disney twist, a little bit of everything. So if any of that sounds like fun to you, I hope that you'll subscribe and join me on my YouTube adventure. Today's video is a collab hosted by I'm Merely Melissa and Christy's Farmhouse. I'm going to have both of their channels linked down below, and because it's a collab, there's going to be a playlist so that once you've watched my video, you can see what all my friends made as well. The theme of this video is 4th of July dishes, and whenever there's any sort of a potluck type situation, you can pretty much bet that I'm going to be bringing a dessert. I do eat gluten and dairy free, which is all the more reason why it's important for me to bring my own stuff, because sometimes not everybody is able or willing to accommodate. So this month I decided that I was going to try my hand at making a paleo strawberry shortcake. Now my version ended up being just gluten and dairy free because I used a pre-packaged store-bought whipped cream, dairy free, and it's absolutely delicious. But you can make sure to make yours paleo by making your own whipped cream with chilled coconut cream and some coconut sugar, and I'll talk about that a little bit during the recipe portion of the video. This was really easy to make though, and very, very fast. It was fresh, it was sweet, but not too sweet. I thought it was absolutely perfect. So if you're looking for a little bit of a healthier twist on a summer favorite dessert, you're in the right place. Let's get right into the recipe, shall we? All right, friends, as always, we begin with our ingredients. For our shortcake, we're going to need a half cup of coconut flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, a half teaspoon of salt, 3 large eggs, 5 tablespoons of coconut oil that you melt and then cool down so that it's still liquid but not hot, or you could use avocado oil like I did, which is always liquid. A half teaspoon of vanilla extract, a 1/4 cup of maple syrup, I have just enough here, and a half cup of non-dairy milk. You already know my nut pods, this is my go-to for all things dairy alternative. For the topping, I'm going to use Cocoa Whip, which automatically makes this not paleo because this uses regular sugar, but you can use a 14-ounce can of coconut cream that you chill overnight. You also need a pound of strawberries, which we're going to quarter, and I'm going to toss them in a tablespoon of sugar or coconut sugar. It's completely optional, but it does make them juicier and obviously sweeter. The recipe calls for a 9-inch baking dish, but I had an 8x8, so that's what I went with. I'm greasing it with some avocado oil spray, and I'm going to preheat my oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. In a medium bowl, I'm going to sift together my coconut flour, baking powder, and salt. We want to stir everything together to make sure to get rid of any clumps, and then we're going to set it aside. In a large bowl, I want to whisk together my eggs, oil, vanilla extract, maple syrup, and milk. Once that's combined, I'm going to add my dry ingredients into my wet ingredients, and I'm going to use a large spoon to combine. The batter will be a little thick. The recipe does not mention this, but I'm going to give you a little trick in case you're new to using coconut flour. Coconut flour requires time to absorb the liquid around it. So you don't want to go from the bowl straight to the pan or the dish or whatever you're going to use. I always like to give any coconut flour batter or dough at least 5 minutes to just sit and absorb the liquid ingredients. This is going to make a huge difference in the flavor, but especially in the texture of your finished product. So we're going to give this a rest for about 5 minutes, and then we're going to pour our batter into our greased dish and bake the shortcake for 18 to 22 minutes. You're going to check it with a toothpick in the middle for crumbs. The edges are going to be slightly browned when it's ready, and the cake will be completely set. I'm gonna let it cool for about 20 minutes on the counter, and then I'm gonna transfer the shortcake to the fridge and let it finish cooling for at least another 20 minutes in there, or even overnight. Overnight would be ideal. Once you're pretty much ready to serve, you're gonna take your quartered strawberries in a medium bowl and you're gonna toss them with that tablespoon of sugar and allow it to dissolve. So just set it aside for 5 minutes or so. If you're gonna make your whipped cream, then you would scoop out your chilled coconut cream into a large bowl, just the top of it. You want it super cold and you want just the thick part. You're gonna use a hand mixer or a stand mixer with a whisk attachment and whip the cream until it's light and fluffy for about 5 minutes. Or you can go my way and just do the store-bought stuff, which is really, really delicious. Using a spatula, spread your cream evenly over your shortcake and then cover with your juicy sweet strawberries. Slice and enjoy. All right, friends, there you have it. I ended up taking it over to my parents' house and I served it to everybody there. I'm the only one that eats gluten and dairy free. Everybody else eats a standard American diet, and everybody loved the dessert. And that's always my ultimate goal. Obviously, I want it to be tasty for me, as I'm the one that's going to be eating it, and I'm literally the one that it's made for. But ideally, everybody will enjoy it as well. And so to hear from someone that is used to eating regular sugar, that's used to eating regular glutened cakes and whatnot, to see that they enjoy this recipe just as much as they would something you could buy from a store, that's the highest praise as far as I'm concerned. And that's exactly what we got here. So I really feel like we nailed it. If you decide to make this recipe, I'd love for you to come on back and let me know how you and yours liked it. And as always, I want to thank you so much for being here and watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, I hope you'll please give it a big thumbs up. I'd also love it if you'd subscribe and click that notification bell, because I post at least 3 times a week and I wouldn't want you to miss a minute. Thanks so much again for watching. Bye.